Welcome, part 1 of Aging Gracefully. Today, we're going to discuss the blueprint of life. You have to understand, as baby boomers, those of us that are in our 60s, 70s, and 80s, we actually have had multiple rendezvous with death. I don't want to be morose here, but really it's not until you start seeing loved ones, friends passing that all of a sudden death really hits you right between the eyes and you kind of wake up. Yes, you that are young and with your families in school, you go to church, and yes, you lose grandma or whatever. But really, death doesn't really hit you until you kind of get to this special age that we baby boomers are experiencing. This causes us to really go into a time of self-reflection. And in my series, for my baby boomer friends and for other younger women, it's not a time to be sad. It's actually a time of freedom. For now, if you'd never had the chance prior, now is the time to discover your inner glow, that special gift that we all are given, that are unique to each of us. It's now to get excited about life and just go out and do it. So today I wanted to talk to you about understanding the blueprint of life. Basically, there are two creations. One is the spirit, the God creation, the universal spirit of creation. It doesn't matter which religion you're from. Christianity, even Hinduism, Muslim, you name it. Anything that has a direct relationship with God, that there's some universal power greater than man himself that created this universe, that created the spirit that lives within you. Then there's the man-made maze, and that's just us in our physical form. And we're quite unique as a species. Very innovative, creating new things. But we live in a maze. I call it the maze. It's just easier because you see your goals and you have to tweak them, and you fall down, you get back up, you go down another path, you fall down, you get back up, persevere. We taught all these skills, right? But it's the man-made maze. Now here's the key. Your mindset. Remember, your mindset is that little child that's the same today as it was thousands of years ago. It's going to be sure that it reacts to be sure you survive. So when the gorilla's coming after you, you run and hide. It's the same thing today. But we have to train up this child because it tends to overreact to all the clutter that's out there. And by clutter, I mean the noise. All in that man-made maze. We live there. We can't get away from it. So embrace it, accept it. But when you have clarity of awareness of just what all this clutter is, you actually are operating from a detached modality. By detached, I mean you could be looking down at yourself. Say you're in an airplane looking down and you're seeing your interactions, you're seeing your patterns of behavior, how you interact with people, how you do your day, your career, getting the kids to school one by one. But when you operate from somewhat of a detached mode, you see the big picture of all what's going on around you. And that tends to control that little child of that mindset, not to be an emotional reaction. We try, but we all fail. Even me, as much as I'm aware of this, I still fail. I'll have a knee-jerk reaction. And I tell that little child, go to your room without supper until you can take some deep breaths, calm down, and really analyze what's going on. So it's understanding these patterns. Universal pattern, the man-made maze. We operate in the maze, but we have to control this mindset, which tends to be emotional and knee-jerk reaction. This gives you clarity of awareness about life in general, and it allows you to get up every day and to be the very best person you can be. That is, in the end, all that you can ask of yourself. To try to take time, particularly now that we are baby boomers, where many of us are retired or soon to be retired. Now we have a chance to really, really jump into the adventure of life. I'm doing this as a retired flight attendant, but that was my second career. I did that when the boys flew away to college. I flew away and joined the airlines. And because I wanted more adventure, I love to travel, I'm doing that now. But let me be very honest with you. Is it easy for me? No. Sometimes when I'm in these beautiful places, I think, why am I here? I much prefer to be home in the comfort of my home. It's a little hard for me to walk up those 10,000 stairs in Positano, right? As much as I do my best with my health and my exercise, I'm still in my 70s. I'm beginning to notice my age, that I physically can't quite do things like I used to. But that self-talk of negativity, of not continuing my adventures and my trips and my planning, that's just negativity. That's that little mindset, little child, which I had to tell to go to your room without supper. Because life, we need to embrace it, particularly now at our age. And if you are physically unable to get out, they have those wonderful viewers. And if you love travel, they have those wonderful goggles you can wear, and you can be in the Louvre Museum walking through and looking at the beautiful paintings. There are so many ways of making each day an adventure for you. But what's clear is you need to cut out the clutter. And by clutter, I mean mainstream media. I call it Netflix entertainment. Another whole series I do on training up students to be researchers, because you're not getting reality. Your reality is what's going on right this moment. You're listening to me. This is your reality, not what's going on somewhere in China or some other country or even in New York City. What's going on, your reality is right at this moment. You need to learn to nurture the moment, connect with your unique reflection of magnificent spirit, and just go for it. Do what you want to do. Write a book, paint, you name it, you do it. Now's the time, because we do not have any more time. Time's a-ticking, right? We're going into our last decade or decades, but we're on the precipice of a magnificent, exciting life. And it's all right here, waiting for you to create it. So I shared this patterns of creation. And my next part 2 series, I'm going to really delve into the ABCs of creating the most healthy body possible from what we know today. Because when you get older, health is your wealth. Health is what allows you to go out and embrace the day. Please comment. Please let me know if I've impacted you this day. See you for my part 2.